Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the Gentleman's Pursuit podcast. My name is Ryan. Here you can find all you need to know about watches, listen to me talk about watch related stuff, and have a good time. So, how's everyone doing? I myself is doing great. I'm feeling happy. I'm happy. Like I don't know what changed in my life, but I'm feeling good, like I should. Man, a walker. Okay. But yeah, I'm feeling good. Like seriously, there's like nothing much going on in my life right now because of quarantine, but I'm feeling good. I feel like sharing it with you guys. It doesn't matter if you guys want to know or not. I'm just feeling happy. I hope you guys are happy too. I hope everyone's doing great in this tough time, but things will get better. We're in this together. So, ever since the interview with Greg from Instagram, you can go check out the interview on gentlemanspursuit.com. It is the second episode of the series called Tales from the Gram. So after the interview with Greg, his Instagram handle is at Livingstons at night, I think. Yeah, it motivated me to dig deeper into Zenith's history. As I always tell people, although this is a podcast talking about watches and you are currently listening to me talk about watches, matter of fact, I'm actually learning with you guys too. I'm not trying to pretend that I know everything. I'm not trying to pretend I have a really unique insight or knowledge into the horology world. So before doing all these digging and researching, my Zenith knowledge is minimal. But it is because of this reason, all these stuffs that I learned about Zenith are all super interesting to me. So let's get straight to it. So let's do a bit of origin story first. Founded by, please don't come at me for poor pronunciation. I tried my best doing my research on how to pronounce the name, but here's my attempt. George Jacot. Maybe not. Okay. So he began the journey of watchmaking at an early age. So early that he also started training apprentices even before he himself came of age. So that's really young. Early stage into his career, George partnered up with a really famous architect of the era, Alphonse Leverrier. They nurtured a shared vision based on the belief that all visual aspects of a company and its production must be in complete harmony with the product itself. This line was lifted verbatim from Zenith's website. So soon enough, they made a name for themselves in Switzerland, and Zenith was ultimately developed. So Zenith, just like a lot of Swiss watchmakers, has gone through a lot over the years. Of course, the quartz crisis. Of course it's a quartz crisis. What else, right? They were struck so hard that for a moment they were owned by the Zenith Radio Corporation of America. But in 1978, they were returned to Swiss ownership. It was a really tough time for everyone, but for Zenith, it was worse, in my opinion, because the quartz crisis, quartz technology was obviously the way to move forward. Zenith had to put a pause on the production of the El Primero caliber. This is so ironic because just a few years ago, before the crisis, El Primero was the movement that everyone was talking about. It was a technical wonder because of this crisis, the quartz movement that came out the same year that El Primero came out, in which is in 1969. Yeah, the first quartz movement came out at the same time where El Primero was announced the first automatic chronograph. Right? They have to put that on hold, this is really sad. So if you don't know how impactful the El Primero movement was, let me point this out again. Up until the release of that legendary movement, all chronographs were manually wound because the automatic winding system and the chronograph gearing occupy the same place in a watch. El Primero solved that issue and managed to create an automatic chronograph that numerous watchmakers were racing to do so. Zenith managed to do it first, and it was also a high frequency movement, meaning that it has a higher stability rate, beating at 36,000 VPH. Okay, so you know why the El Primero was so important. And if you have not known already, Zenith was approached by Rolex after that, who at that time was looking for an automatic chronograph movement, and they did. Right? It was a version of El Primero at 28800 VPH. Of course, Rolex modified it a little bit, but still, the now make everyone drool, make every Rolex fanboy go crazy watch was once using Zenith's movement. Just putting things into perspective, I'm not suggesting anything, just telling you some facts that Zenith was crazy back then. So once again, bringing Greg into this conversation. During the interview, he said that Zenith is one of the best watchmaker till this day. And I agree with him 100%. See, there's a difference between a watch company and a watchmaker. When I say Zenith is one of the top watchmaker nowadays, sales numbers and all these fancy marketing promotional stuff aren't taken into account. A good watchmaker, in my opinion, is solely about the art, about the craftsmanship, not how many watches can you sell or produce in a short time because you don't care about the quality. Another great example of ultimate watchmaking is the Defy Inventor. So the Defy Inventor from Zenith consists of a device that uses a single silicon component to replace the traditional balance wheel, spring, and escapement, and it's beating at 129,600 VPH, or how the CEO of Zenith liked to put it, an ultimate achievement by Zenith. So this brand nowadays, or I would say this brand was forgotten because of how underrated it is. Let's be real here. Like their watches may not appeal to the majority. I don't know what trend or waves everyone's riding nowadays. I don't know what's like the most popular model or what, attracts the most eyeballs, but Zenith, if you have to look into each watch's core, the movement, the gears, and everything they use within the case, Zenith provides you with the best thing. They really care about their craft. They really care about the quality of the watch. It's not just jazzy stuff that you see on the surface. So once they stood so tall, right? I would say go give Zenith a chance next time when you want to buy watches. Not only is it worth it, you may uncover a lot of gems. So yeah, I'm just expressing my appreciation for Zenith. What do you guys think? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to drop a follow if you like today's episode. You can go check out other episodes on anchor.fm/Gentleman Pursuits, I think, or just go to Spotify and search Gentleman Pursuits. You can find all the episodes on there. So thank you guys so much. Make sure to tune in again next Sunday. Love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Share it with your friends if you like it. Thank you guys once again. I'll see you guys next time.